What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing our match review and analysis of the 2-1 victory over West Ham at the Etihad Stadium. Before I crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're less than 400 subs now away from 16k subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email is also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and also let me know what you made of this game in the comments below. So we're going to start off first with our match review. It was a very slow first 20 minutes from Manchester City. I thought that was to be expected with the amount of changes we've made in midfield and in attack. We've gone with Aguero, who's not started for months. Ferran Torres getting his first start in absolutely ages. Fernandinho coming into the team ahead of Rodri as well. There was lots of little bits of not so much mixed matching from Manchester City, but more a good amount of squad rotation, which means with the players not having many minutes, it's going to take a little while for them to get back up to match sharpness. And I thought that showed in the first 20 minutes. Normally City are very pragmatic in the first 10 minutes, looking to really take the game to our opponents, try and get the first goal, try and put them under pressure, literally from the off. And work from there, and it just didn't happen in this game, like, at all. We were slow, lack of movement, we wasn't in the face, we wasn't pressing too well, we wasn't forcing the issue, and actually I felt like we was isolating Aguero. He wasn't really involved in the game through no fault of his own at all, really. It just wasn't having any service there. I thought De Bruyne having another start for Manchester City on his road back to recovery lacked a bit of match sharpness. His passing, particularly in the final third, wasn't all that in the first 20 minutes or so. I thought West Ham actually was encouraging them to grow into the game, and yeah, I thought when they were coming forward and decided to have a go at City, they were looking very good. I can see why West Ham are sitting fourth in the Premier League at this moment in time, why they're in contention for a potential European place next season. Even a Champions League place isn't impossible for them, currently sitting in fourth place, so that's realistic. That could well happen, and I can see why. They're a very well drilled, well organised team, a team difficult to break down, a team not scared to also come forward, a team also not scared to have shots. And so they were showing absolutely no fear of Manchester City, and what it made actually made it a very entertaining, exciting, low-scoring game, this one. And I thought this was a very well, hard-fought-out victory for Manchester City, which we eventually got to in the end. So the first goal for Manchester City came about from Kevin De Bruyne. He tried putting some balls in with his right foot, his stronger foot. Wasn't too great at the ball, if I'm completely honest, from Kevin De Bruyne. Gets it onto his weaker left foot. I say weaker, I said it in my live stream as well. His left foot's still exceptionally good. Puts in a beautiful ball across. So Kyle Walker, it was a corner to Manchester City, it was cleared. Kyle Walker sits in deepest of Manchester City's defenders, plays a beautiful ball floated over to Kevin De Bruyne on the right hand side. De Bruyne then puts it onto his left foot and plays in a beautiful deep ball towards the back post. John Stones can't get his head onto it. Thankfully, Ruben Dias is standing right behind his partner there. He does get his head onto it, gets a good strong header onto it, and it's a really good header. Darren Randolph gets a good hand onto it, and it just goes into the back of the net through the sheer pace and power put on the ball, not only from De Bruyne's ball in, which was brilliant, but also the power generated from the header there of Ruben Dias to pick up his first goal for Manchester City. A really good header, and I thought a really good goal for Manchester City, considering we hadn't played very well. I was delighted for us to go ahead, and I was hoping then we'd start to push on from there, we'd get the confidence, and we could start looking for what I like to call our killer two-goal cushion, our killer second goal to kill the game off. Our opponents have to come out, the game plan's being undone, and then we can dictate the game from there. And fair credit to West Ham, once they started to come forward, like I said, showing no fear, weren't scared. City were giving all the warning signs there. Ball gets played across. There's Michail Antonio, back post, twisting, scuffs his shot really well into the ground, and it hits the outside of the post. Unlucky that from Antonio, and I thought that was the warning sign there for Manchester City, and we didn't really learn our lessons either, as City being exposed with playing what I like to call a three at the back with Walker, Stones and Diaz was exposed. West Ham came forward, ball comes across, there's Jesse Lingard, gets a shot away, reading it at the back post well is Michail Antonio, looking very physically in shape, was there to tap into the net and equalise just before half-time. A really good time for West Ham to score. It changes, obviously, the team talk for Manchester City, which, according to rumours, Aymeric Laporte had come out shaking his head and everything, so I presume that Pep's given him a proper rollicking in the changing rooms, and because of that, Manchester City, I thought, did in the second half up their games. I mean, in the first half, West Ham had more shots than us, more shots on target, coming forward with more freedom. Manchester City were just looking, well, stale. If I'm honest, it didn't look particularly good. So in the second half, we did up the movement for us. We were having more shots. We was forcing the issue a little bit more. And I felt like fatigue was coming an issue for West Ham. Players like Antonio had great halves in the first half. Second half, West Ham was struggling to get them involved too much. I did notice that Jesse Lingard had started to drop deeper and go into a more creative playmaker role rather than more like an attacker. And like I said, Antonio started to tire off. There were some tired legs out there. There was lots of running for West Ham to endure. Then it was suiting Manchester City that was able to create a little bit more. But yet, West Ham still stuck to their guns. It was still difficult to break down. And actually, it took that defensive duo again from Manchester City to actually undo the hard work of West Ham. This time it was Riyad Mahrez in the second half getting forward. Gets it onto his left foot. An unmarked John Stones put under little pressure. I think West Ham are very disappointed that John Stones, A, has managed to get a shot away so close to goal, and B, wasn't pressed. But he found himself in a little bit of space to get a good strong right foot onto it, a striker's finish, and put it into the back of the net. And that, all in all, was enough for Manchester City to win the game 2-1 and pick up the 3 points. So, a win's a win. It's 20 wins in a row. City now 13 points clear at the top, with both Leicester and Manchester United still to play, so they're under pressure. Things are looking really good for Manchester City at the moment. We're playing every 3 to 4 days. We know what we need to do. Take it a game at a time. You can't win every single game 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. It's all fluid. Sometimes you just got to grind. And when you're going up against a good side like West Ham, an organised, well-drilled team, which is what David Moyes has turned West Ham into, I thought when the going got tough, the tough got going, and Manchester City managed to grind and pick up another 3 points. 3 points that could be crucial come the end of the season. Now, moving on to my analysis, a short analysis of this game. I thought Manchester City's movement overall in the game was pretty poor. We was better in the second half than what we was in the first half, but still, for a team like West Ham who were going to be sitting deeper and defending deep in numbers, they were finding it all too easy to pass around the City midfield and pass it through us, and when they were clearing their lines, there wasn't too many occasions where West Ham weren't struggling to play their way out of trouble at times and actually launch counter-attacks. That's how West Ham's managed to have their attack. That's how West Ham have managed to near enough match us like for how many shots they've had. The match was like for like with shots on target, both sides having 3 apiece. So if City weren't at their clinical best today, and it's taken 2 defenders to do that, then this could have been a lot different of a result for Manchester City. That disjointed midfield that we'd played with lots of squad rotation, obviously it's worked for this game. I'd be looking for the first team players to be coming back into that midfield ASAP, so I'm talking players like Rodri and Bernardo Silva, the informed players here. It shows you just how big of a role they're having, and of course Ciao as well was a big miss in this game, obviously being given a rest, that when these players return, I'd imagine it'd just be normal service resumed by Manchester City. I thought Phil Foden played well when coming on for City. I thought Jesus did a good job when coming off from the bench as well, so it was nice to see them putting in a good solid performance for Manchester City. Nice of Riyad Mahrez getting another assist as well. I thought that was really good. I thought De Bruyne's ball in was a brilliant ball in. I didn't think De Bruyne had too great of a game, yet he still comes out with an assist. That's vintage Kevin De Bruyne. He doesn't have to be playing well to make magic happen. That's what he does. I imagine he'll be looking to try and work and improve on his passing, particularly in the final third, making sure it's finding the targets and where it needs to go. I thought Fernandinho had an alright game. It's not his best, not his worst either. Zinchenko again, not his best, not his worst either. This is where City needs to start looking towards their improvements and start thinking, actually, we've got a pretty similar team to West Ham in Wolves coming to the Etihad on Tuesday, that we need to just start to make more movement, show more attacking intent, to our gameplay and look to really put our opponents under pressure. But it'll be a more first team regular 11 that you'll probably see on Tuesday rather than the more squad rotation, because we only played 3 days ago against Borussia Mönchengladbach in Hungary. That's why so many changes have been made. I would say start thinking about the derby, but I'd be taking this game at a time. We've got Wolves next. Just focus on that. Get a nice strong 11 out. Bit of squad rotation here and there to players that need rest and freshen up and go again. 3 points? 3 points. I'll take that every single day of the week, though. I do think we got away with one today. But like I said, you can't win every single game 3-0. Sometimes it's just about grinding and picking up the win and showing that clinical touch, which has happened. And it's come through Ruben Dias and John Stones. That pair's growing on me more and more every single day. So there we go. That has been my match review and analysis of this game. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Don't forget also to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. And also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again for the next Manchester City video. We've got a transfer update coming up tomorrow for everybody to look forward to. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.